Hello and welcome back. I hope anybody who's watching this video finds themselves doing just great today. My name's Jack McKeever, and over the last few nights I've had some visions that I care to share with everybody. These are the next 11 years. One of my guides called them the karmatic years. Karma is a very interesting thing. I wrote a book called Mystic's Bible probably a couple of years back. I wrote it because people had to think outside the box. They had to look at the Bible in a spiritual outlook that it was intended. And a lot of people haven't. But if you do, and you actually apply it, your life changes dramatically. So I'm going to read one little verse because it has a lot to do with what I'm going to be talking about. This is Genesis 4, 23-4. Or 23-24. Lamech said to his wives, Ada and Zillah, "Hear my voices. Wives of Lamech, listen to my utterance. I have killed a man for wounds upon me, a boy for bruising me. If Cain is avenged for sevenfold, then Lamech 77-fold. Underneath that, I write Mystic's Take. Here where the Bible deals with Cain and Abel, we begin to see the law of karma and the degrees of evil that man does. From karma dictates whether threefold, sevenfold, or as this verse states, 10 times the number for what he has done. Through lack of faith, Lamech was able to do what he had done, and upon realizing what he had done, knew that karma would come back to haunt him. His destiny then would change accordingly because he made a choice through faulty emotions. Heaven on earth would not be his. The law of duality. In an earlier verse, this was mentioned along energy lines, but now we must also look at one's heart and one's brain. For we find that in all things there is an opposite. Remember the old saying that everyone has a twin? Is this then truth or fiction? Well, our hearts also have twins, physical and spiritual. Here we start looking into the balance of sacred gravity. Our mind and brain also has twins too, the right and the left. Left is physical, a computer of vast knowledge that lives on the 3 great instincts. Without the right, though, true wisdom and understanding becomes lacking. Using just the left side of the brain and the physical heart is the only way we can annihilate anyone or harm them on purpose, for it has no compassion or love, just physical manifestations of the 3 great instincts. Our true self being in total self-denial. The law of karma, we find that right here. Do what you will, but harm none, also known as the threefold law. We see here that in mystical traditions they have it right after all. The heathens of the world seem to know what they are talking about. Perhaps it's because they understand what their ancestors and lineages have gone through, and they have connected to that universal oneness which aligns, balances, and brings into harmony the heart, the brain, and the oneness, using the wheel of life and the many other tools easily at hand. Mystics understand that to harm meant to hurt oneself, our destiny, and thus the destiny of all those that were to connect to us or are connected to us. Karma has an ugly head to it, and the gods have a wicked sense of humor. In following our destiny, we can harm none, for in doing so, all those that are supposed to come into our sphere of influence, as is intended by the cosmic universe, happen. Lessons intended by destiny happen, and thus we grow. We already know that for Mother to accept us, there will be challenges we must face, and they do not have to be just the pretty ones. That's what I wrote on just that one little phrase. And I want everybody to understand that karma is real. Some people won't believe it. Some people will believe it. Some will just say, well, whatever is. Doesn't much matter. I'll just live on. Sorry, no. For those of us that do random acts of kindness all the time, help people out all the time, are always have an open heart, always listen with compassion, always trying to grow into the true spiritual person that we actually are. We're going to run into ups and downs. We're going to run into things that we don't like. Some things in our past that we can't even handle. We just have to keep on going and hope we can handle it along the way. But karma isn't waiting anymore. For those watching, we know that when we give all the time, all of a sudden we feel like we get crapped on. It's the easiest way to put it. Or not even acknowledged for half the stuff that we do. Well, I want to tell you, in the next year, that's coming back to us. That is coming back to us. And in an amazing way. Ways that we will never understand. We know the universe gives us not what we think we need, but at least what we do need. So, this is a bonus. Next year is a bonus year for people with good hearts. For those that have literally used and abused people, I feel sorry for them, because karma's coming back for them too. And in that way, our lives will change. Our destiny's in place. Do we follow the destiny or do we follow the choices? Well, we're going to follow choices because we do have free will. Let's hope we keep following the right ones. The vibration level of the spiritual people in this world is just rising like there's no tomorrow. But vibration alone isn't going to handle Mother. We still have to do. And all the meditation in the world isn't going to get that done. We have these things called hands, and we have to use them. We have a voice, and we have to use it. Governments don't understand. Governments are for governments. They're for the people in the government. Not even really for the people themselves, which will bring up another video in a short little time, because it is a controversial video, but it's something I just got to say. It's something I just got to say. But for this one, I am going to end it here. And I want to let everybody know karma is coming back next year. And the next 10 years after that, I will get into in the next video. Because it has to do with the dynamics of life. It has to do with karma through those dynamics. Because it's not just ourselves. Karma affects everybody. Everybody from yourself, to your household, to your community, to your city, to your town, to your country, to your neighbors, to the world, to Mother Earth herself, to the heavens above, the plants, the animals. It covers everything. And the next 10 years will be the telling turn. So, for now, I'll say bye. Once again, if you wish an oracle reading, I'm more than willing to do a video reading or an online reading. Or if you're in St. Catharines, by all means, come on down and book a reading with me. J. McKeever, 1956 at gmail.com. Phone number is 289-228-1341. Thank you. Bye.